I saw Mrs. Jones out this morning. Her eyes were red with tears. Well, we've all heard what happened to her son William over in France. Shot at dawn he was. Shot for desertion. I crossed the street to avoid her. She'll have nothing from me but silence. Her son betrayed his comrades. Brought shame on this town, brought shame on his regiment, my regiment, the regiment I fought with in the Sudan. If I still had my rifle, I'd go over there and shoot him myself. There is no room in this British army for cowards. Justice has to be served, or where would we be? There has to be justice. Justice!
Oh, well, how did you find the guy earlier?
He refused to wear the blindfold, didn't he?
Why?
Oh no, I guess we'll look death right in the eye.
Brave man. Doesn't make it any easier for us, though, does it?
Well, every man for himself. We are soldiers after all.
I didn't find him so bad.
Made me feel uneasy doing it. I wish he wore that damn thing. What'd he do? I never knew.
Cowardice. He wouldn't shift his bottom from that trench when the sergeant told him to.
Oh, well, fair enough.
Well, did you have the bullet? Because I didn't.
Yes. I had the bullet.
Wait, so that's how you got that beer?
Yep.
Oh, come on.
But is shooting a guy really worth a beer?
True. But if you didn't do it, then you'd be next to be shot. You ought to follow orders in this game.
Oh yes, but this is no game. I'll never forget it. Watched him wait as the bullet tore him apart. And he was one of us, and I killed him.
It's not fair. I won't get a pension now. And what about the children? We'll be out in the streets. He didn't think of that, did he? And you're no help. You haven't said a word since we found out. He was your son.
What's to say?
Well, how are we going to live?
Your husband put men like my husband at risk because he was a coward. He deserved to die.
How can you say that? You knew him. My William was no coward.
Well, he must have been. They don't shoot their own soldier for no reason.
Oh, and I suppose your brave husband was one of the men in the firing squad, looking his friend in the eyes as he pulled the trigger. Where's the bravery in that?
She is watching by the poplar, Collinette with the sea blue eyes. She is watching and longing and waiting where the long white road will lie, and the song starts in the sun.
The milkman said that their dad got shot because he refused to put his hat on.
Well, the post lady said that their father got shot because he ran away for no reason.
You know, my mum said that their dad got shot because he almost shot another soldier.
Well, I believe the post lady.
My father died for good reason. Well, you're the one whose family hasn't spoken to us all week.
They're just worried, that's all.
All we know is that a letter came home saying that your father had been shot. Your family hasn't spoken to anyone else in the street since.
My mum told me our father died for a good reason. You all deserve to be shamed. Hey, that's not nice.
Well, you're his son as well.
So you deserve everything that's coming to you.
I've just finished chiselling out another name on that old war memorial over there. Private William Jones. He died in 1916, and yet I'm just I've just put his name on now, 103 years later. He was shot at dawn. I wonder what that was like. Standing there with the blindfold on, waiting. Ready, aim, bang! I bet that last little silence was the loudest thing he'd ever heard. I wonder what it was that he did. It must have been really bad, eh? Except that it wasn't. He was just another young man whose mind had been broken by the brutality of war. Nowadays we would call that PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. In the Great War, 301 British soldiers were executed for various offences. 15 of them were from Wales. What a waste.
They were summoned from the hillside, they were called in from the glen, and the country found them ready at the stirring call for men.